It's a hunting elk farm. These are all males that are going to be hunted. They pay big money for these racks. Morning. That's Dumont Lake, and then way in the distance, I think that's Flat Tops. This is Rabbit Ears Pass. Not too much snow laying around here. In the shade in the pass there was a bunch, so we'll see what it's like on the way to here to Buffalo Pass. There's a long way to Rawlings, Wyoming, 164 miles. Here we go. It's really deceiving because this is what it's like in the trees. And it's 7:30 in the morning. So far it's holding me up. But if you sink through on this stuff, it becomes really labored. Hopefully the trail cut up on the ridge and there won't be this much snow. But it looks like there's not a lot of snow around when you look at the mountains. But when you get in the shade here, you can see it's loaded still. Must be frogs or something. Snow's coming off, the water's warming up. Everything's got to do its thing, and it doesn't have as much time this year because of the late snow melt. It's too bad. I doubt this is going to show up on my iPhone, but there's a moose up in the cut there, and its newborn is in the grass walking up to it right now. You can't just see the top of the newborn. I'm downwind. I'm going to move off, but it's up in the cut right there, standing still, blending in. There's a moose. This is what it's been all day. I hope I don't fall through here. It's still a couple of weeks early. Everywhere in the trees. It's like that. Slow going. Slept there last night. Big thunderstorm blew in about 5:30. It was a race. I got here just before all the bolts hit by this beautiful lake. I think it's called Long Lake. Got the place to myself. The campground didn't even open yet due to all the snow. This is out in the open. Once you get in the trees, I know I've said it many times, but once you get in the trees, it's 3-4 feet of snow, 80-90% of the time. I'm going to be road walking. I dropped down a little bit, but I'm still at 10,000 feet, and the snow line is definitely at 10,000 feet. So I'm going to be in the snow most of the day. I'm headed towards Buffalo Pass, and then most likely from there I'm going to drop down until a little farther north where the elevations aren't quite so high, and then I think I'll be good from there on. I hope I will be. Of course, I've been wrong every single time, but hey, that's the way it is. It's just a few minutes later on day 2 on my 164-mile carry to Rawlings. There's snow on the road. It's a beautiful morning. It's abnormally warm and still. And there's already clouds. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to be in a big thunderstorm again later. I hope that's not the case. The divide trail is running right up here in the trees, just a few hundred yards from me, but that's much more difficult going than on the road here. Beautiful drainage through here. I'm sure there's all kind of critters up through here. Just me, the snow, the silence, the breeze. Road's closed, and the snowmobilers are done. Right now I'm staying on top. Headed towards Buffalo Pass. Elevation about 10,000. Cruising altitude. Put your seat back. The stewardess will be around with a beverage. I'm on a 4 or 5 foot drift here. It's a good couple of weeks from melting out anyway. Minimum. You'd think you'd see some kind of critter wandering through up here. Can't be too far from Buffalo Pass. A few miles. Big thunderstorm last night for a couple hours. Coming down into Buffalo Pass finally. Welcome to Snow's Tiring. I caught a break. A bunch of snowmobilers have been through here, and they kind of packed it down for me. In the trees where they haven't been, you fall through, and it's time to get out of the snow. You can see the snow is almost solid, headed up towards that peak up there, which I think is Mount Athol maybe, or Long's Peak, or something like that. So anyway, I want to go down here and get some lunch, and then I'm going to try to cut down to a lower altitude for a little while. Get out of the snow. Came down out of the snow. Gonna walk up this road 129 for a few miles. There's a lot of traffic and there is no shoulder. Of course, I'm taking a picture.
Like that was in camera showing.
Amazing sounds around here. Day 4. On my way to Rawlings. I still have a long way to go. When I bailed from the snow and I came down, I was only 3 miles outside of Steamboat, so it was like starting all over again. The road got so hot yesterday that I took that my feet superheated and some of the skin on the bottom of my left foot started to come off. My feet have been killing me the last couple of days. It's something to do with being in the snow. So I'm walking up to Seed House campground last night. A van stops and the guy goes, "You need anything?" He said, "I live right here." He put me up for the night, showered, and that hot water on my feet was like a miracle. On the trail, my feet are going to be fine. Got to make sure your feet don't get superheated. That's the key. It's when they get too hot that bad things happen. And if you have even a tinge of athlete's foot on there, when they get hot, then you're really going to have a problem. I'm hiking up the North Fork drainage. It's going to be a 6-mile day today. The forecast is for big thunderstorms later. It's already clouded up and it's only 9 in the morning. I plan on hiking up this drainage, finding a really good spot to pitch my tent, writing and doing a bunch of chores this afternoon. And then tomorrow, we'll know one way or the other if I can get through this way. I'm going to hike up onto the divide. I'll be up on the divide tomorrow. It's a good forecast tomorrow. Because I'll be up on the ridge all day. Today I won't go up on the ridge due to the forecast. It's likely to be a bunch of snow up there. If there's too much snow, I can turn around. And the guy picked me up, Bob, and I stayed at his place last night. He's all set to get me, if I turn around and head back, I got support there. There's a road around to where I want to go if this doesn't work. So, that's the story right now. More from the campground later. I'm in the clear so far. Headed for Wyoming. Last few miles of Colorado. Right now my plan is working, like where I cut in on the CDT. Because you can see there's not a lot of snow. Very happy guy right now. More soon. Yep. Day 6 or 7, I'm losing track. I'm on my way over to Rawlings. Might stop in encampment today, don't know yet. I got a foot injury in the snow yesterday. I'm not sure what's going on with that. This is called Long Park. And it was almost a lake yesterday afternoon. In the afternoon, the snow melt piles up the water and then almost turns into a river. And it slows down at night. It's amazing the difference. You can see in the trees here, as I've said 100 times, there's a lot of snow. I came from up there, about 11,000 feet at 6:30 in the morning. And see how much snow we got today. I was in the snow all afternoon yesterday, but it was doable kind of snow. And this was my campsite last night in this little clump of trees, and that's my new tent right there. The poles are on the inside. It's very unusual. And there's the traditional 2-notch trowel marking. And I'm glad it's up here in the tree because a lot of the posts or cairns can be buried. So far the snow's holding me up. It's become more consolidated. The other kind of thing I look for is a sawed tree like this. At some point they came through here